Hello there, friends. I'm just setting up the last things here, and then we're going to get started. I hope you're doing all right, and I hope you're as eager to get started as I am. Here we are. We are all good to go. And let's try and make sure that we keep it that way. Hey there, good morning. How are you doing? My name is Toby. I'm 40 years old and I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. So if that's something you're interested in, you're at the right channel. I work with kettlebells and I'm going to do my workout this morning. If you're interested, you can watch along and we can have a conversation about staying fit, getting fit and healthy in our 40s and what that actually means in terms of lifestyle and changes we might need to make. Like I said, I'm Toby. I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. And the way I do that is I mind my sleep, I mind what I eat, I mind my strength training, my conditioning training, and my mobility. And today is a strength and conditioning training day. So I'm very much looking forward to that. If you're on the chat, you can go ahead and say hi. I see some people are already chatting to me, which is good. I'll read those messages in a second. And we're going to get started in a moment. This is, by the way, this channel is about the way I feel, not about the way I look, because I want to go through life feeling fit and competent and capable. And one of the ways to do that is by focusing on my general health and fitness. Julie, good morning. Septa, hi, good morning. What's up? I hope you're doing all right. And I hope you're having a good day where you are in the world. It is 5:34 a.m. this morning, so I am, in a moment, going to get started. And Septa, thanks for the suggestion on the mobility exercise. It actually worked out really well. And you might have seen that I have incorporated it into different different routines, and it feels good, so I guess I will keep doing it if I remember to keep incorporating it into my routine. I appreciate that. And I see you've written something else. Suggestion, again, a weight shift, try rotating the backpack inwards. All right, cool. I think I saw your comment on that this morning also, so I'll take a look and see what happens, and I appreciate you thinking along. So are you into kettlebells or into training as well? Let me know. Why do I do this? I do this because I want to not only be fit now in my 40s, at which stage I just need to work a little bit harder at being fit and healthy, but I actually also want to make sure that just checking if the sound is actually working, make sure that I stay fit and healthy through my 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and I stay free from disease and discomfort for as long as I can to make the most of life for as long as I can. So there are good reasons for me to want to invest time and energy in actually working out and doing all these kinds of workouts. I also always like to say that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on, and the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. I have my water parked here. I learned my lesson yesterday. Since I'm doing the drink water after the workout challenge, can't bring glasses into the gym, so it's a water bottle. But after workout, obviously, I will be drinking some of that water to make sure that I'm sticking to my routine of adding a glass of water to my day. But that's something we'll talk about at the end of the stream. Right now, I'm about to turn on the timer. I'm going to do a bit of a warm-up, and then we're going to get started, friends. All right? Never known. Do I take steroids? Definitely not. No. I don't see the need to or any benefit to to my general health or fitness, not in the short term and not in the long term of taking any of those kinds of supplements. The only thing that I've added to my diet are protein powders, because being somewhat busy and not having control over all of the meals that I get to consume throughout the day, being sure that I have that extra 20 grams of protein available to hit my protein goal is what I've done. So that's one thing that I do, but beyond that, nothing else. Not necessary. It's a good question. Thanks for asking, because you hear a lot about that online. Just warming up, preparing the body for what's going to happen the next 30 minutes. We're going to pick up an 8-kilo kettlebell and move through a relatively straightforward kettlebell flow in a moment. There we go. Start with a deadlift, a row, two-handed clean. Press it overhead, squat down, repeat. Deadlift, row, press, squat, repeat. Deadlift. Oh. Repeat. Deadlift. Deadlift. Row. Press. Squat. All right. We're going to move that to one hand this morning. So have deadlift, row, clean, press, repeat, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, 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 repeat, deadlift, row, and I'm to switch hands. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, repeat, 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 deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, deadlift, we are. That's who else is there. Hey, YouTube punk. Ahmed, thank you for dropping by. I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi. And YouTube punk, it is good to see you here today. I hope you're doing all right. And I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good day where you are. Competition bells. I am, as you know, in London for work. So, yeah, and they have a nice selection of kettlebells indeed. And we are going to be working with kettlebells for the clean and jerk, actually. So I'm going to do 5 clean and jerks with 12 kilos. And it's good to see you, YouTube punk. I haven't seen you for a few days. So I hope you're doing all right. And that life is treating you well in a good way. I think you were talking to a bot there, so they've been auto-removed from the channel. What's going on in Texas? How's life for you today? You did any workouts or anything? Keeping up with what needs to be done? To do more of those. Actually, I don't know why I'm rearranging my kettlebells with more clean and jerks to do. 1, 2, 2. Some squats. I'm going to be squatting one-sided with a 16 kilo this morning. And what a morning it is. It's been a good week, fruitful trip for work. So I'm happy we did this. Worth my while, and a good time here in London. I'll just work out. It is 5:45 a.m. here. It's an hour later, probably for you than usual, if you watch my channel regularly. And I'm gonna head home or head to the hotel, have a shower, and go for a walk in the city. out of the day here before the working day actually starts. And we're back to a set of clean and jerks, and then another set of squats. So hey, what is going on with my computer? Guess what you get for not using your own stuff. And thank you all for it. There we go. Black Shots King Exchangers. Here, Jane. Good form. YSK. David M. Thanks for dropping by. Saying hi. I appreciate that. And indeed, kettlebells are training utensil that you need to learn the technique, practice with light weights, and go easy on yourself as you master the technique and the form and build up the strength and conditioning to do them properly over time. I 100% agree with that. Diabolic Native, hello. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi, and I hope you're all doing well right now. For those of you who are new to my channel, thanks for dropping by. Welcome. It's nice to see new faces and regular faces in the chat. YouTube Punk, David, Septa, thanks for dropping by so regularly. My channel is about health and fitness, in this case, at 40, because I am 40 years old and I want to be fit, strong, and capable to live a fun and adventurous life and go out and do the things that I want to do and that I care about. And the way I do that is I mind my sleep, try to get 7 to 9 hours every night. I mind what I eat. I'm into maintaining my weight and trying to eat 120 or 150 grams of protein in a day. I'm into strength training, conditioning training, and mobility. And if you are here on my channel and you subscribe and follow, you can see me every day in a live stream where we go through the training and have a little conversation about health and fitness and what's going on there. So if that's something that you are interested in, then go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel, and we can continue this conversation over time. I think specifically relevant if you're in your mid-30s to mid-40s and trying to get fit and healthy. I always say that this is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. And my intention is to feel fit and competent for whatever life throws at me. So functional strength, functional movement, and being able to squat, deadlift, press, pull, crawl, get up off the ground, hang from a ledge, keep up with my children and with life in general. And every day, through varying exercises, we get stronger and stronger and stronger in a good way. And that has given me a lot. So for example, I get to London and I think I get to Piccadilly station and trying to get out of that underground station. And there's a huge queue. And I don't know why, and then I see that everyone's waiting for the elevators. So I look around and I find the emergency stairs. And there's a huge sign there that says, only use in an emergency, because this is the equivalent of walking 15 stories. So obviously, I think, all right, challenge accepted, friend. We are going to go up these stairs. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, but it wasn't easy as well because it was quite a way up. But I wasn't bothered by it too much because in general, my health and fitness is at such a level that something like that is well within the realms of capability. But the interesting thing is that they must have had some issues because they literally have an announcer sitting there telling you that they literally have an announcer sitting there telling you that if you are elderly or in any way suffering from any medical conditions, you should not be on those stairs. So anyway, at 40, it felt like quite a victory to be able to go up those stairs without being hindered by my general conditioning and fitness. So hey, we're going to move after the squats to add some clean and presses, specifically clean and push presses to the routine in favor instead of the clean and jerk. So it's going to be all unilateral work from here on. Thanks about the shoes, by the way. They are from a barefoot shoe company called Zach. Usually I work from home on my bare feet, but when I'm in the gym outdoors, I prefer to wear shoes. But for kettlebell, it's obviously important to be able to feel the floor well. So that's why we have them. to the 16 for what's next. Oh, thank you. You're very welcome, Owen. Thanks for dropping by, and I hope you're doing well where you are in the world, and that today is going to be good. It is 5:57 a.m. And we're about halfway through what we're going to do this morning, and I hope you're having a good time. And like I said, if you're into kettlebells, if you're in your mid-30s to mid-40s, early 40s, and you want to be healthy and fit, and you want to talk about your journey, I'm not a personal trainer for you or a coach, but just someone who's on the same journey, you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And we can continue this conversation over time under different videos and on different live streams and YouTube Monk. Toby Hers. It's always such a pleasure to have you on. And I think because of the time change, some of the other regulars are unable to find the video, but I hope when I get back home that we'll go back to normal as well. By the way, if you would have told me a year ago, right, that I was going to be able to take a 16 kilo kettlebell and do push presses with it, I would have laughed. But here we are, almost a year later, and I've grown from a 6 kilo kettlebell to a 16 kilo kettlebell. And you can go back on my shorts and videos to see what I was training and what I was doing a year ago and how consistent I've been. And I think when it comes to health and fitness, if you're here, hi, thanks for dropping by. Maybe answer the poll. I'm going to do goblet squats. Maybe answer the poll and let me know how you've been sleeping, because sleep is one of the big three when it comes to living healthy and doing well. And I've been consistent, but I've also been smart. I've taken breaks when I've had to. I've been seeing a physiotherapist for almost 7 months, working on various issues in terms of mobility and movement. And that's all paid off in terms of me becoming healthier and a bit happier over life. Franco James, thanks for dropping by, saying hi. Jokes welcome in the chat. I always ask people to be kind and respectful of each other and of the fact that we are talking about health and fitness and kettlebells here in this community, and I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi, and I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. Oh boy. And the nice thing about kettlebells is, despite it being a somewhat heavier day, you can see with the 16 I'm going to pick up a 24 for swings the last 5 minutes. We also need to keep in mind that sleep and nutrition play as big a part in how fit and strong we are able to get. Because if we don't sleep, we don't recover. And if we don't eat properly, we can't recover well and build the muscle we want to build and the strength we want to build, because we can't keep up with our training. So you need to balance it all throughout the day and week. And I really appreciate all 15 of you dropping by and saying hi. For those of you who are new to the channel, so my name is Toby. I am 40 years old, and I'm training to live an active and self-sufficient and adventurous life. So that's something you're interested in. Now, maybe what I'm doing at 40 could be a source of inspiration or motivation, or just become a part of your routine to work out at the same time that I'm working out. You don't have to do the same thing. Just need to do something and be consistent with something over time. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. And I believe we need to strike a good balance between sleep, food, and exercise, which I break up into strength, conditioning, and mobility. So hey, if any of that has your fancy, go ahead, check out my channel, and if you like what you see, subscribe, and we can continue this conversation. I would love to reach 1,000 subscribers, even though I know that might not be feasible or realistic. But if we could, if you like what you see, share it with a friend who's interested in fitness, and maybe help get me a bit closer. Because I think some people here find the conversations and the routine useful and insightful, for which I am very grateful. And it brightens up my mornings a bit, since it is so early. That we are here together chatting while I'm working out, and to hear and know what kind of workouts you're doing. Trent, it's all time. Trent, I appreciate you dropping by and paying me a respectful compliment. I hope you're doing well where you are in the world, and that the day, the evening, the afternoon, or the morning is treating you well. And it's more than welcome to hang out in the chat and talk along with us about health and fitness and life at 40 and what we're doing. Goblet squats. All right, we'll take a 1 minute break. Have some water. Find that heavier kettlebell. Before we get started, I think it's 22, 18, 28, 18, 32. All right. We'll have to stick to a 22 kilo kettlebell for the exercise. For the swing, I'm going to alternate that with straight presses with a lighter weight. So, like I'm traveling right now, and I've managed to stick to my routine, but it has required some discipline. Why? Because traveling for work is also a social engagement, right? So it is both with customers. There was a couple of drinks at the end of the day, then with the team traveling here, celebrating a good customer meeting. We had a good time. I don't drink heavily, so I had like 1.5 beer over the course of the evening. But even then, you wake up early, and you get to bed a bit later, and you just realize that you're not 18, 25 years old. Anymore. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just the thing. That is what it is. So, keeping that in mind, being mindful of how I'm training this morning, I actually did a proper check-in with myself in terms of whether I would be feeling up to training or not, because I didn't hit my 7 hours of sleep mark. But I woke up, and this is the nice part of having a routine. That I woke up on the set time that I usually wake up, and not an hour later, as I'd set my alarm. So that's that 1 hour of sleep that I'm exchanging. But almost on autopilot, I just got up and decided to get on with the day. And that's probably a good thing. So hey, here we are. And we are showing up and doing the work. And we get a bit more sleep tonight. Do a slightly different routine tomorrow morning. And then we're on our way home again. Then more swings. Third set. I'm on to the fourth set shortly. And then the fifth set. We've got a couple more exercises. Right. One second, YouTube punk. I'm going to answer your question in a moment. And thanks for the 37 answers to my chat and poll, by the way. I appreciate that. And YouTube punk, do I find it hard to fall asleep? Yes and no, like, because of my routine, I am relatively tired, right, at the end of the day. By the way, as lovely as Trent's comments were in the chat, I would like to keep this as a community and a channel to talk about strength and fitness and kettlebells, which I did explain to him. And I am a one strike and move on kind of person when it comes to my community. So I appreciate everyone dropping by and saying hi and being a part of the chat. And YouTube punk, to answer your question within those guidelines, to answer your question, not really, but you sleep differently. I think there's some research that shows that in a new environment you are somewhat more alert. So the first night, for sure, is generally less restful. That is not a bad thing, that is just biology, I think. But I don't find it harder to fall asleep. Just need to be mindful that more sleep and a good routine and no alcohol and light food and proper hydration, probably better in the long run. Final set of two-handed swings. Right, Mo, exactly. Some troll drama. I don't know. Everyone expresses themselves in their own ways, and I'm usually quite tolerant, giving people an opportunity to participate. But we have enough drama in the world and in our lives. Don't need more of it. All right. Take a minute. All right, to do complex. Left hand, right hand. To finish up, because it is 6:15 and we've been at it for a little bit now. You didn't miss anything, YouTube punk, by the way. So 5 more minutes for us to call it a day. We're going to alternate this left, right, and row left, right. So, here we go. And 3 times. And wait for a minute to pass. So it's a snatch, clean, squat, and press in this combination. Jonathan's career tips. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Kevin. No, I'm just streaming to hang out. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. And I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi in the chat. And Fatima, thanks. I don't read that language, but thank you for dropping by. People matter. Happily married. And we're all doing fine. Ernesto, and doing swings. A little bent that way. Different swings, different styles. I am not exactly sure what you're referring to, but it's a good question. I haven't been corrected on that by any of the trainers I've worked with, but you see people doing different things. Arms completely relaxed, arms slightly bent, up to here. Different ways of getting the workout in. So it's a good question. I think the most important things about the technique are the hinge and the core stability, and having your arms relaxed to prevent tendonitis. Because that is going to prevent you. You have to do a press first. and a squat and thrust. Okay, that was 3 times on the right. And we're going to do 1-arm swings after a set of rows. And after a set of rows, we're going to do that snatch, squat, and press again. And Jonathan, I hope you're doing well. And I thank you for dropping by and saying hello from Holland. And I think I'm doing well, but I think you're doing well as well, which is nice to see. So here we are. Where are we? On that pole. See, a lot of us not even getting the 7 hours of sleep that we need. And I can tell you, sleep debt is one of the worst things that can happen to you for your health. Because not only does it interfere with our recovery, but it also makes us tired throughout the day, less focused and less able to perform. So we might turn to things like coffee or whatnot. But coffee is not something that replaces sleep. It's a stimulus that delays the onset of sleep. And those are 2 very different things. So just keep that in mind, that when it comes to working out, general health and fitness, but also focus throughout the day, those 7 hours of sleep are incredibly important, and what we can do with them as well. So we're going to repeat this entire cycle one more time. Snatch to clean press, snatch to clean squat and press. Squat, press, I forgot that. Last clean. The other side. And then moving on to the rows and one-handed swings. And then it's time to call it a day because it's 6:30 a.m. I have a feeling people are going to start coming into the office. So this won't be a semi-private space anymore soon. Up. Keep forgetting that clean. Squat. Yes. There we go. Onto the ladder. Workouts. And then we're going to be done. For those of you who are still watching, thanks for dropping by and having stuck around. I really appreciate that. I hope it was a fun morning workout and routine and conversation. And we're going to do the final set of one-handed swings, left and right in the same minute, and then we're going to call it a day, friends. And we're done for today. Pop a pump, maybe, but that is not the intention. Thanks for dropping by and saying hi. And if you have any research about arthritis linked to workouts or the kettlebells in particular, go ahead and share it with me in a comment under a video. I'd love to read it. Always curious to learn. Thanks for sharing an idea. Friends, that's it for today. For those of you watching, my name's Toby. I'm 40 years old, and I'm training to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. Not only now at 40, but hopefully well into the future. I mind my sleep, 7 to 9 hours. Mind what I eat, my energy balance. Try to stay within it, so stay at the same weight. Eat as much as I use, and 120 to 150 grams of protein a day. Strength training, conditioning training, and mobility, and overall try to limit stress and be happy in life. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I would like to feel fit and competent as I go through life and face the challenges it throws my way. Trying to incorporate the habit of drinking a glass of water after my training, because this week we've been learning, and the videos coming out over the weekend, on how hard it is to add a new habit to our routine, and how we need to understand and work and change the structure of our environment to actually adopt new habits, because that's how we get fit and healthy, by finding things we can be consistent in over a long period of time. We're good just the way we are. Remember that. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And sometimes we're a bit too hard on the person we are today, because they're not the person we aspire to be tomorrow. But if we give kindness to ourselves, it's going to go a long way, because it is who we are today who's going to have to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. And the only way to get anything done, friends, by showing up and doing the work. David, YouTube Punk, Septa, everyone, thanks for dropping by. Jonathan, everyone else, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I look forward to seeing you on my channel. If you like what I talked about and what I did today, go ahead, subscribe, and we can chat more in another live stream or under more videos. Take care, friends. And Austin, indeed, I hear that a lot.